Ladies, it's your time to shine with all things fabulous with First for Women on Afternoon Express. For insurance with a host of fabulous benefits, call 0861 11 18 44 or SMS FIRST to 49267.
Today on Afternoon Express, we satisfy our sweet tooth in the kitchen with a comforting chocolate lava pudding with a peanut butter centre. Author Khaya Dlanga talks about his latest book, and Trevor Gumbi fills our hearts with laughter. Our resident vet talks about owning exotic pets. We showcase some baby gadgets for dads and get ready to squirm with a creepy crawly show.
A great afternoon to you and welcome to Afternoon Express, the moment you've all been waiting for. I'm Bonnie Mbuli.
And I'm Jeannie D.
Jeannie, you look absolutely gorgeous, darling.
You look so chic. I was actually just looking at your skirt thinking if I ever had to wear that, I'd look like a cross between a Blow Rocky and Mary Poppins. But you just, gorgeous, effortless.
I highly doubt that you would look like that, but thank you.
Happy Wednesday, happy hump day.
We're halfway through the week. Hang in there, we're almost there. We are all about expression, and as usual, we do it ever so stylishly. And we love it when you express yourself on Facebook at Afternoon Express and Twitter, Afternoon Chat. And of course, we've got an A-list of guest lists today.
Our penthouse is absolutely packed. We've also got something for the baby daddies, where we bring you baby gadgets for dads. And for once, I'm not going to be the only wild animal running around this pad. Also, we bring you another visitor who is one of my favorite people in the world, literary genius and author, Mr. Khaya Dlanga. Hello, darling. Double tap for you. Also, one of the funniest men in South Africa, Mr. Trevor Gumbi.
Thanks. Feel like chopped liver.
Okay, fine. My second favourite person in the country. Kisses for you too, darling. And of course, we've got Clem in the kitchen. You are cooking up something delicious, and that's not Peter.
Yeah, today I'm making a fondant filled with peanut butter and smoked salt. Gonna be amazing.
I love when you say those words. Smoked salt.
And peanut butter, all in a fondant.
Oh, I don't even know what smoked salt is, but it sounds really good. That's Afternoon Express. Welcome to the show. We're going to be back after this with Khaya Dlanga.
Now, author Khaya Dlanga speaks to us about his new book and the journey that got him to where he is today.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Our first guest hails from a small village in the Eastern Cape. He's the Senior Communications Manager of Content Excellence at Coca-Cola. He's authored 2 books. Joining us today is social media king, Khaya Dlanga.
Absolute legend. So much love for you. Thank you so much for coming through. I actually styled this outfit to match...
Wow. Oh, wow.
the book.
Mm-hmm.
I dare say you do look spiffy.
No, he always looks spiffy.
No, you know, I've worn shoes for you guys today.
Wow, what would you order?
Not everyone
wear?
in the Eastern Cape boys wear shoes.
No, we don't have shoes there.
Khaya, firstly, I am so pleased that you've done this because going through your Instagram, I absolutely love how you post a picture and then you always end up writing like such a substantial story on little pieces of your life through social media that when I read them, I feel like I know you so much better, but you give so much of yourself in those little pieces. Yeah. So is that what this is about?
Well, I think what's quite interesting about my Instagram posts is that the ones that have like these long captions get more likes than the ones where they just see my face and I don't say anything. So I think that...
Funny enough, I'm the opposite.
Well, you know, I don't know why that is. I don't like my face. I don't know what's wrong with it. This is a very beautiful face.
It is, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, but why the memoir?
Well, actually, my publisher, I feel like such... Oh, my publisher.
My publisher.
Yes, my publisher said to me, you know, your first book did pretty well and people really wanted to know your story because your first book, you said nothing about yourself. So could you write about yourself? And I said, no, I don't want to write about myself. I haven't cured cancer. I haven't, you know, cured AIDS. I haven't prevented World War II. I don't understand why I need to write about my life. And it was for about 1.5 years I refused. And eventually they convinced me by telling me that the fact that my story is probably relatable to a lot of people, that's why I should write it. And then I said, okay, you know what, now that makes sense. I'll do that so that, because I felt very self-conscious about writing about my life because I haven't honestly done much with my life.
Yeah, because the publishing of a memoir has to be meticulous timing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I hear our books are still getting shoplifted.
Yes, yeah, I know. My book is being... So now they're putting it behind the counters if you go to the shops, and you actually have to go and ask for the book. They don't display it in certain shops because it's being shoplifted so much.
Course. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Khaya, I mean, writing a book is no small feat, hey? I mean, in between you being this marketing guru, social media king, everyone has to be following Khaya Dlanga. If you're not following Khaya Dlanga, then you don't know where it's at. So where do you find the time?
You know, I think you always... She gave birth to my book.
It's a good book. It's a good looker.
I mean, I think you really find time to do things if you enjoy doing something, you find the time to do it.
And busy people are always...
And, you know, so I don't know, but it happens. You know, like, I go out and I tell my friends, okay, guys, okay, oh, it's 10 o'clock. Oh, I gotta go and write. I become a party pooper. You know, there's just some things that you just have to sacrifice in order to do the thing you really want to do.
Now, just for our viewers at home, I just want quite a brief synopsis almost, because when people look at you now, you're so well turned out, so well dressed, so educated, but you didn't start off that way. No,
I didn't. I was obviously born in this village. It's a beautiful part of the country, but it's not it was not an easy life when I explain to people. But you know, when you grow up under those circumstances, everyone else is like that, so it's normal. It's okay. Right. There's nothing more to it, you know. And I often talk about how in the village where I grew up, like all the men, the young men worked in the mines in Johannesburg. So there were no young men in the village. So the only people in the village are like women, children, old men, and that was it. I remember when I grew up, like, if I picked up a heavy object, right, that's, oh, you're a strong man now, you are ready to go and work in the mines, you know, and your aspiration was to go and work in, that's what you're supposed to do, and you felt so proud, wow, one day I'll go and be a miner and work in those mines. And that was the biggest dream you were allowed to have.
Wow.
But you had an intense hunger to want to study and to want to be educated. Where do you think that came from? Where did you have that vision that there was a bigger world out there for you?
Honestly, my mother forced me to read. She made me read.
Yeah.
And having
awesome.
I can tell you right now, reading books opened my world so much more than I could have ever imagined.
Wow.
And did I have a hunger for education? I don't think I did. Again, it was my mother who forced me. I think she actually had bigger dreams for me than I had for myself. And I think that helped drive me, you know, to get to where I am quite a lot.
I love that. That's beautiful. And I hear you were rejected at AAA advertising school. And what kept you going? Oh, yeah. What kept you going?
Well, I mean, I wasn't... you know, because I lied to get into AAA. So
what was the lie?
I lied my way. No, you know, it was for a good cause. I wanted to get into AAA.
What was the lie?
Okay, the reason, I hadn't applied, right, to get into AAA because I was thinking, well, my mother won't be able to afford the fees here, so what's the point?
Right.
But I told her that I'd applied. So one day she says, okay, go to Cape Town, you've got to go to AAA. And it's like, oh my word. And it's like, well, they never responded, so I assumed that they have. And she said, okay, I don't care. Here's money. Get on a taxi and go and ask them why they haven't responded to you.
Gosh.
And now I have to go with this lie. I lied to my mother. Now I'm in Cape Town, I'm in a taxi, all the way from Danzane, driving. I don't know how many hours. And I get to the AAA and I'd made up this lie already in my head. I get into I'm in the counter, I speak to the lady at reception, Sis Tandi, that was her name. And I said, hey, I'm trying to get in here. She says, I'm Dana. The children here, they came with their white parents and they were told, no, you can't come in because applications have been closed. Yeah. Last year, there's only should have done it. You are wasting your time. And then I was like, no, I applied, but no one actually gave me back. Responded. So she was like, okay, oh my goodness. So she went to speak to the registrar, and the registrar went through files. She was like, no, there's nothing here. And so she gave me forms to fill. These forms, you needed 3 weeks. They gave me 3 weeks to fill them up. And they gave me 3 days to fill these forms.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't sleep for, I don't know, I must have slept for 2-3 hours the entire weekend. And I handed it, to them, and they really liked it.
Hence, you fell asleep next to President Thabo Mbeki.
We're going to be back with you a little bit later.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for chatting to us. I could sit here all day, but there is chocolate calling me. If there is one thing you are going to buy yourself this month, make sure it is Khaya Dlanga's book, to quote myself, a memoir. So from books to chocolate, we have an incredible man in our kitchen who is the main man at Taste Magazine, and he is going to make us something so tasty. Tell me what it is.
Chocolate fondant, filled with peanut butter, topped with smoked salt.
Your version. You invented
My
this version.
I did. I mean, we all know the traditional chocolate fondant. This is just my version, filled with peanut butter, because I love peanut butter.
Of course.
And a little bit of salt. It's a little odd, but it works.
Okay, so salt and chocolate, and that's actually quite big in New York at the moment, is the salted caramels and all those salted sweets.
And the combination of different flavors that shouldn't normally go together, but actually just work.
Absolutely.
This
Okay,
is one
so
of them.
is this easy enough for me to do?
It is so easy. It's just chocolate and butter.
Can you use any chocolate?
Good question. I would use dark chocolate for this one, but you could use milk. I just wouldn't use white chocolate. That's just the difference. So I'm using dark chocolate today, and some butter. And the idea is just to melt that together.
Delicious.
So-
Peter, you must remember this recipe, darling, because you are going to have to make it again for us.
You told me he doesn't have a girlfriend, so I recommend that he tries this on the next date he has, and guaranteed he will have a girlfriend. So, Jeannie,
He's not going to be single for long.
Cool, so that's in the pot. Just get it together, and it's important that it's just a simmer. You don't want to hear the water boiling, because then you're going to burn your chocolate. Because there's a saying that chocolate melts in the hands of a child, not on the stove. So keep that in mind when you melt chocolate. Cool.
I love that.
So that's going. Now, Pete, you can help me out. You're going to get the eggs and the sugar going. So we're going to separate some eggs. Do you know how to do that?
My mom taught me when I was young. So
Okay, so do you want to
to
refresh the course?
Okay.
Okay, cool. So
Remember
you
that
pass
you
me
can
that.
visit our website for all of the ingredients and the recipes. And, of course, this should be in Taste Magazine as well.
It is in the Taste Magazine. So if you're not getting notes right now, you can always just go back and get it in the Taste Magazine.
Of course.
So, take a take of this.
Watching.
So we crack the egg.
Crack the egg.
Got that so far? That's
got
easy enough. So, Jeannie, tell me, the yolks of an egg, what is white or are white? I always get that.
Are white?
No, it's yellow, but it's fine because you're taking notes. It's okay, you got that. Okay,
I got that.
so it's fine. So that's it. So
How many eggs?
We're gonna do 4 eggs.
4 eggs.
And 4 egg yolks.
Crack the egg, 4 eggs. The egg whites are white. Egg yolk.
Yeah, you've got
Okay,
it.
I got
You
it,
can
I
do
got
that
it.
for
Now
me.
I'm seriously
That's perfect.
confused.
So we got Peter on that so long. So we just check out on our chocolate and our butter. You can see it's all coming together already. And that's exactly
Oh, my
what we
goodness.
want.
That looks so decadent.
So great. So like I said, as long as it's on a gentle simmer, it's not going to burn. Because when once it's burned, it's ruined.
No,
And that's a waste of chocolate.
There, I can hear the water boiling.
Yeah,
I'm gonna blend the
so
chocolate.
take it down.
Okay.
Cool. So while you're doing that, Peter,
Do you want me to
I'm
help
going to
you
get...
just by mixing the
Do you
two?
want to...
Yeah, I don't mind.
see, you got it. And that's just the sugar going into the KitchenAid salon.
Now, I want to know a little bit
you
more
got
about
that
your
one?
job. Do you basically just hang out in the kitchen at Taste Magazine all day and just invent stuff to cook?
That would be
That tastes
amazing,
well?
but no. Well, what we do is we develop the recipes for the magazine.
Yeah.
And then the next job is to actually shoot them and style them.
Amazing.
So this is one of the recipes that I developed, and you'll see that the recipes we develop always easy and recipes that you're gonna want to make at home.
So do you just taste the most delicious foods
It's
every single
hard,
day?
but yes. I mean, someone has to do it though. But it's a dream job. It's a dream job. It's amazing developing these recipes, being on shoot. I mean, just testing out. I mean, food is my passion. So
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't pay me to do it, but I mean, they do, so it's fun. So this is, yeah, definitely. It's a dream. It's amazing.
Well, if ever
You
their
did a great
kitchen
job.
gets
Well
a little
done.
bit too busy, you're more than welcome to come and visit us and make us all of these delicious treats whenever you want.
Thank you. I definitely will. So
Eggs are done.
Oh, well done. You got this. So that's 4 eggs?
4 eggs.
Where are my egg yolks?
You're confusing me.
Okay, I need 4 egg yolks as well to go with the 4 eggs. Cool. Another tip is whenever you're cracking eggs, especially when you're baking, crack the eggs into the bowl instead of into the mixer, because if you get a bit of shell in the bowl, it's easy to take out. But if it's in the mixer, you're going to be fighting with all the flour and all the sugar. So that's a lot easier. So I'm going to give you a hand now. So we're going to get those 4 yolks along. So in there we've got... You're doing a great job. Keep that up.
Oh, you did much quicker than I did.
I know, it's a little practice. That's a trick.
Incredible.
Good job. That's actually done. So you can take that off the heat for me. There's a cloth on the side. You see, it's that quick. It's that easy. I mean, that took 2 minutes.
Yes,
Yeah,
but it's not all done.
But that part's done.
Okay.
That's easy. So now we've got the sugar and the eggs together. And the next step is just to put it in the machine, put it on a low speed, whip it all together so that it turns light and fluffy. And that's it. And we let that go. Well, well done. Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
You did a good job as well. Awesome.
I'm definitely going to lick this spoon in the commercial
Be my
break.
guest. Be my guest.
We're going to take a quick break because that's a good opportunity for me to lick the spoon. But we'll be right back on Afternoon Express with Trevor Gumbi and finishing this lava cake.
Next, comedian Trevor Gumbi chats to us about his career, and we play a fun game with our guests.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, he's funny, he's controversial. Joining us now is Joburg-based comedian Trevor Gumbi. Welcome to our couch.
Thank you. Thank you.
So good to have you. Now, you are really well known for your observational style of comedy. Where do you like to do most of your observing?
I'm not allowed to talk about that.
But I want to know.
The case is pending. I am not allowed in the change rooms of any female store any longer. Yeah.
Okay.
Not that anyone ever was.
Well, look.
It wasn't you.
No, just because I said once that I went whale watching at the Milady's change rooms.
I shouldn't laugh at that.
I didn't find that funny at all.
Khanya, you tried your hand at stand-up comedy when you were younger. What happened?
With him.
No, with you.
Stand-up career.
No, it died a painful death. Well, actually, I just didn't. No, I just didn't feel like doing it anymore.
There's a YouTube video of him doing comedy.
Yes.
Is there?
Yeah. It's funny because of how bad it is. It is awful. Thank goodness he changed careers.
Have you ever had like a really bad gig when nobody laughed at anything you said?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I have.
take me through the worst of it.
The worst one was years back at Colony Arms on Jan Smuts Avenue in Hyde Park. The little bar in there. I think I just came in like too cocky, a bit too drunk, and...
You came in a bit too hot.
I came in a bit too hot.
Yeah.
And Tweed, the rock band Tweed...
Yeah.
Tweak.
Yeah?
They were there and they didn't laugh. I was like, I'll never listen to your songs again.
Oh, my God.
All right? Just give me a giggle, anything.
And nothing.
Nobody laughed.
Wow. Now, you are known for being quite controversial. So what happens if you get a tough crowd? I mean, has anybody ever, like, gone on the attack with you or...
Nobody's ever tagged me for stuff I've said. Oh, they have!
Tell me!
At Marula Sun, right?
Okay.
I was hosting this gig, and then some guy from the audience, he's like, I think I'm funny, can I come up and do something? I'm like, okay, fine. Come up and do some comedy. Then he was bad. He was really bad. So I came up and took the mic from him, and he went back into the curtain, right? But he comes back while I'm talking to the people about how bad he is. Yeah. Comes back and gets me in the chokehold. I couldn't get out of it, right? But before I hit the Fight Club, you know, I'm hardcore.
But you've never been fired from anywhere for being super controversial because of that teddy bear face you have. Okay. Yeah.
No, I haven't been fired. I've been fired from my call center jobs and my retail jobs. Yeah.
You also do voices for children's animation.
Yeah.
So how do you tone down the great Trevor Gumbi for that audience?
I don't think it needs toning down.
Oh.
Yeah. Kids listen to this voice. Hey? I think it's the cadence of my voice. They're just like...
You practice on your kids.
The voice of authority.
Yeah.
So you've had a couple of tumultuous years. Where are you at now? What space are you in?
I'm in a very happy place. Yeah. I have fun with my wife and kids. That's the center of my world, and it brings me the biggest joy ever.
Yeah, I've seen your family. They are so happy.
Yeah.
So lovely.
What's next for you, Trevor?
What's next? I think a lot of behind-the-scenes TV work. I'm writing quite a lot now for sitcoms, and I want to be able to direct and stuff like that, yeah.
Awesome. What kind of stuff do you want to direct?
Anything. I want to direct you a lot, eh?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay,
I
how
want to be
good are
directed.
you at giving direction?
Average.
Okay, well, I'm going to put you to the test. And you, come with me. I've got a little game. Okay, move over to our lounge. And it's called Headbanz. Have you played Headbanz before?
No.
Okay, me neither. So it's going to be quite fun, but it's basically like 30 seconds. So I'm going to wear this little plastic tiara, and our gorgeous Tsepo over here is going to put a card in this little groove in my head, and you guys have to explain to me who it is, and I've got to guess.
All right.
This is going to be interesting because I don't know if I'm very good at 30 seconds.
Okay, how much time do we have?
There's a first time for everything. You've got a minute, and I've got to get through as many of them as possible in a minute.
Okay, all right.
Remember, if I don't get them, it's not because I'm not smart, it's because you guys aren't directing me with the correct information. Just saving myself there. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
We have a minute, and it starts now.
Okay.
Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, Wrecking Ball. Singer.
Molly Cyrus.
Thank you.
Next.
Funny guy. He's like a model.
He's talking to you right now.
Yeah.
Trevor Gumbi.
Yeah. Model.
What is that?
What?
He leads.
Come.
No, not that.
What's that word? What's that thing?
What's that? The F. EFF.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, that guy.
30 seconds to go. Come, let's go.
DJ Zinke's boyfriend. He sings Congratulate. He sings...
He was fighting with Casper the other day.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
He's a South African rapper. South African...
Let's go.
Is this for real?
I used to work with her on Headline, a show I did. She's on a radio show. However...
I'm not entirely sure if directing's going to be your thing.
She's your co-host. She's not here today.
No, we have no time left. Who was
That's
it?
so funny.
Bonang Mateba. How did you not get that? She's amazing. Okay, guys, we're going to be in the kitchen now with Bonnie, and hopefully she's doing a little bit better with that fondant than we were doing with our 30 seconds.
Okay, so the beating's done.
It's done.
And
this is what we're left up with.
Wow, it's just a bowl of fluffy loveliness.
That's exactly what we're looking for. So the
How long
next
did
step,
it take to get it this way?
and that took 3 minutes on a high speed with electric mixer.
Electric mixer, okay? And
So-
if you're using an egg whisk?
If you're brave, it'll take about
About an hour.
and a half. But yes, this is exactly what we're looking for. Nice, pale and fluffy. You can see all the air that's in there.
Right.
So the next step is to get the chocolate in. So Jeannie's walked off with my spoon, so we're gonna grab a new one.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna pour it in, and you're gonna give it a whisk.
Okay, sure. of
Cool.
course.
Let's do that.
So what happens when all this heavy chocolate and flour gets mixed in with all this fluffiness? Doesn't it make it heavy? And what's the turnout?
Well, that's exactly why we beat the eggs and butter together. Sorry, the eggs and sugar, to get all that air in there.
Right.
And now you're gently gonna actually
Stir.
we're gonna just stir the chocolate into
Okay.
it. And what the air that's in there, that's gonna give us some structure with the puddings.
Is it important how fast I stir?
You're doing a great job, so we can keep on doing that. Tell you what, actually dig into the bottom.
Okay.
Try and get it in there.
Right.
That's perfect. You're doing it perfectly. Tell you what, let me jump in. I'll do that. And then just, that's exactly what we're trying to do. Just get it all in there.
Right. And don't forget to go to our website, www.afternoonexpress.co.za, to get the full list of ingredients and recipe.
Once we get there, we can just add the flour.
Okay.
You see, I don't really like baking that much, Bonnie. It's kind of strange because I love cooking. But baking for me is a little too complicated because when I cook and I want to add lemon to a dish, I just do it.
Okay.
And it ends up working. But with baking...
So there's not much room for freestyling with baking?
Well,
because it's either a hit or miss?
Yeah, well, with this recipe, that's the one thing. We actually add a little flavor to it by adding the peanut butter to it and salt. And it's such an easy recipe as well.
Yeah, it is. I mean, for making a chocolate fondant from scratch, this is quite simple.
And the best thing is you can even make the batter today and use it like 2 days down the line.
Oh, wow. Is it better?
well, it's not better, it's just that it keeps very well. So if you're planning on having a dinner party, this is a go-to recipe.
Awesome.
So look at that. Now we've got everything in there.
Okay.
You can see that basically, before we added the flour, and we got this all mixed together, that would have been a mousse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we add the flour so it bakes well.
Okay.
And that's exactly what we're looking for. A thick chocolate
It looks
batter.
so
Yeah.
beautiful.
So, next
I
step.
just want to drown my face in it. Now, the peanut butter looks ready for action. When do we add that?
That's what we're going to do right now. So,
Okay.
if I can give this to you.
Thank you.
So, we're going to add half. We got these ramekins already being greased. So, I use the non-stick spray, but you can use butter, just brush it inside there.
To make sure it doesn't stick.
Exactly. So, I'm going to start off by adding the salt to each of the ramekins. Just a little bit. It's just to flavor. It's not to season the dish. I mean, we wouldn't season the chocolate pudding. So, it's just for effect.
Right.
And a little flavor. So, I'm going to add halfway up the ramekin with chocolate. And then if you could take... You can use 2 spoons just to get it out there and then drop it in the center before I add the remaining layer.
Half a spoon or a full teaspoon?
You know, it's up to you. Do you like peanut butter?
I'm not a peanut butter fan.
Then whatever you would prefer.
I'm an almond butter fan.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, you could use almond butter for this one as well. This is very Cape Townian, isn't it?
As one does.
Organic peanut butter only, please. But yes, totally. If you're into almond butter, you can definitely use that instead.
Oh, you can use that instead?
Yeah. I mean, there's macadamia butter as well. And that will work just as well. So I'm going to shift out of your way in a second.
And those who love Nutella, could Nutella work?
That's actually, that's a chef's cheat, I must tell you, in restaurants. My days working in restaurants, to guarantee that your fondant is right in the center, chefs would add a tablespoon of Nutella to the center.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at me. Okay, right. So just plonk it in the middle?
Plonk it in the middle.
Right.
Oh, wow.
What do you think, Peter?
That looks yummy.
It's gorgeous. It smells divine.
That's perfect. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Peter, you're doing a great job as well.
Thank you. I'm trying my best over here.
Totally.
I'm focusing.
Peter's always doing a great job. He just stands there looking so
Let's
hot.
swap. Can we swap around? And you can take that last one and I'll...
Awesome.
Awesome. So what we've got now is our completed chocolate pudding. We've got the peanut butter in there.
Yummy.
We've got the smoked salt. And the best part about this recipe, I think, is...
Right.
Okay, I kind of think this is a craving fix. When I'm trying to find something for that craving, I don't want to spend all day in the kitchen, which is why I love this recipe. It only takes 8 minutes to bake.
8 minutes to bake?
Yeah, totally, 8 minutes, from beginning to end in the oven for the perfect fondant. Peter, can I pass that to you? Awesome, so that's it, ready for the oven.
Awesome. So while that goes in the oven, after the commercial break, we're talking owning exotic pets, yay or nay, with our resident veterinarian hottie, Daniel, and a cast of creepy crawlies. So don't go away.
Now, our resident vet, Daniel, discusses the dangers and precautions involved in owning an exotic pet. And after that, we have a squirmy surprise in store.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, exotic pets are not for Bond villains anymore. In fact, those little critters that were restricted to, bad men with tattoos and scars down their arms are now becoming so common that almost anyone can have them. In fact, the term exotic pets won't even be used anymore because they're almost as common as regular cats and dogs. So we have with us Daniel, our resident vet, Daniel.
Daniel, before people go out to purchase exotic pets, what should they consider?
I think it's kind of common sense, and it all really comes down to research. The questions you have to ask yourself is what is the life expectancy of this animal going to be? How big is it going to get? Do you have facilities to house it? What is it going to eat? What can it absolutely not eat? It sounds a little bit bizarre, but there's actually a massive shortage of mice and rats in this country.
Oh, wow.
So if you're going to get a snake and you need to feed it, mice, a lot of these people are actually going to have to breed the mice on their own. So there's that aspect to consider as well.
Oh, that must be dreadful. I mean, having the snake is one thing, but then having to have a garage full of mice and rats.
Can you freeze them?
I was actually one of these kind of irresponsible owners. I got myself a ball python when I was at varsity, and I had to give it away after 8 months because I just couldn't handle feeding it these mice all the time.
Are the mice live? Because she just asked, can you freeze them?
You can freeze them, and a lot of snakes will eat a thawed mouse. You are not allowed to feed. You're not allowed to feed any live prey to these snakes. It's unethical, not only for the mouse, but often often the mice actually start gouging snakes' eyes out and that kind of thing if they don't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But how is that unethical? Surely that's part of the food chain in nature.
It's not really, though, because you're putting a mouse inside a confined little space where it can't escape. Okay. So it's a little bit of an unfair advantage for the
Yeah,
for
I mean, that's taking sadism to another level.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, there's obviously quite a big black market, I suppose, for exotic animals. How easy is it to come by these animals?
Yeah, look, unfortunately, in a lot of the provinces, it's actually a little bit too easy. I know the Western Cape is really, really good about it. If you want to get one of these animals, you have to apply for a permit. Someone then comes to your house, they check that the facilities that you have are all in order, and only then can you get one of these pets. But as far as I know, in a lot of the other provinces, it's a little bit too easy to come across these guys. You can get it.
Can these animals ever live a good life as house pets?
You know, there are these 5 freedoms that we learnt at varsity, and they generally kind of apply to livestock, but I think you can apply it to this, and it's basically freedom from injury and pain, freedom from discomfort, freedom from hunger and thirst, freedom from fear, and then most importantly, freedom to express normal behavior. So as long as you're mimicking an environment, the environment that they would have come from, and you're giving them a partner to live with, I would think that they could live a pretty decent life, you know. I can't put myself in a snake's mind, but...
But should it be encouraged for people to collect exotic animals?
Look, I think that, you know, not everyone has space for a cat and a dog or a horse. Everyone has a right to a pet, but the only thing I can emphasize...
Have space for a horse one day.
The only thing I can emphasize is that you really do your research properly. We have thousands of African greys, for example, who just live forever and ever and ever. And eventually, either the owners die or they just get bored of it. And we have so many birds, especially looking for homes, because people just don't realize how long they're actually going to live for.
Are there any health risks associated with keeping an exotic pet?
Yeah, there's a whole list of them, kind of gastrointestinal, respiratory, and a lot of skin diseases, actually, that you can get from these guys. You know, we could sit here for hours going through them, and to be honest, I can't remember them all offhand. That would be something that you need to familiarize yourself with when getting one of these guys.
Well, Danny, I must say, these little critters are incredibly fascinating.
They're beautiful. These are little corn snakes.
Thorn snakes.
Corn snakes.
Corn snakes.
And they are the most kept reptile in this country.
Well, your corn snakes are impressive, but I've just spotted something a little bit more my speed. Give me a moment. Don't be scared. Creepy crawlies and exotic animals come in all shapes and sizes. Now, some can be cute, some can be terrifying, but they're all interesting nonetheless. So the Creepy Crawly Show by Tim Vorster is the longest running snake and reptile show in the Western Cape for the Cape Town Snake Park. And who is your friend?
Well, this is Lawrence. He's
Hello,
a
Lawrence.
ball python.
What a civilized name for something so scary looking.
Well, ball pythons are it's a type of dwarf python, so they don't really get any bigger than this. Lawrence is fully grown. He's about 10 years old or so. And he's one of our ambassadors for showing people. You want to try?
Yeah, of course. Accessorize. Hello, baby. Actually, okay, I know you are a little bit terrified of this. Just please come and feel. It's actually like a muscle. It's a muscle. This is the most amazing accessory. It is like tightening around my neck, though. But he's fine. Hey, he's not going to strangle me at any point.
No.
Okay, you have to touch this. Do it. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It's a muscle. It's just a solid muscle. Trevor?
Oh, my God. It's okay. I'm still alive. Look, I'm still alive. I'm still alive.
You just have to feel the sensation. It is incredible. Why is it so important to educate children and people about these amazing creatures?
Well, the way we see it, generally, adults have their ideas. You have your ideas in life and what you will believe, and you're not going to change that very easily, whereas children can be manipulated in a way. They can be taught how to respect these animals, how to understand them.
But educated to respect them.
Yes, yeah. We just don't want people killing things. I mean, we want people to understand what's dangerous and what's not. We don't want children playing with things that are dangerous, but we want them to know what is dangerous, what's not, and still just to leave them alone and give them a healthy respect.
What are the common misconceptions that people have about reptiles?
Well, I'd say the most common misconception about reptiles is that they're dangerous, that they're all going to hurt you, they're all going to kill you, and it's just not true at all. Even the venomous snakes are not all dangerous as such, I would say, because They're not aggressive. They don't want to hurt people. They don't attack people. They don't chase people. They're just there trying to do what they do, which is, well, get rid of all our rats and mice and things we don't want around. So, yeah, that's why it's a good idea to try and teach people, try to change those conceptions and misconceptions.
But it is important to recognize when a reptile is dangerous. So how can we tell?
Well, there's lots of different things. It's not like I can say, if it looks like this, it's dangerous. If it looks like this, it's not. Because we have about 170 different types of snakes in our country. Of that, only about 13 are considered deadly to people. So the best way is to get a decent book on snakebite. You can download an app. There's a new app for your phone. It's called snakebitefirstaid.com. Oh, wow. And it's got all the deadly snakes of our country and things. That's probably the best way to be able to figure out what's dangerous and what's not. But there's not a specific rule to say this is dangerous, this isn't, because they're all so different from each other.
I mean, I have to tell you, this is quite an incredible experience because this animal is completely relaxed on my shoulders, just as much as what your average house cat would come and cuddle you. I promise you, it's exactly the same thing. You have to experience this. Do we have more? Ooh, okay, maybe I won't touch that.
This is definitely one of my
okay,
favorites.
what is this?
This is a sun gazer lizard.
A sun gazer lizard. They don't bite, hey?
No, no.
Funny, she says with a thing draped around her neck.
He's incredibly friendly. He's a lovely little guy. This one is actually pretty old. He's close on 30 years old now.
He feels super creepy.
How old is this thing?
He's close on 30 years now.
30?
Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, they're actually disappearing incredibly quickly from the wild because of farming activities and habitat destruction.
And of course, here in the Western Cape, all of the fires that we've been having as well, surely.
These come more up from the Free State and Lesotho Mountains and those areas. But as you can see, anyone who's been to the Free State, it's just farms. Everything has been ploughed, all the ground has been damaged, which they need that ground to be right for them to live in.
You want to touch this one?
This I'll touch.
Really? You're not afraid of that? But
No, yeah, this.
Take it. Fabulous. Do we have more? Bring on all the animals. Oh, my word.
Oh, wow.
Our vet just got hotter. Oh, my word, that is incredible. Okay, who is he?
Oh, my.
This is Fluffy.
Fluffy? Is his name seriously Fluffy? Do you name these animals?
Yeah.
Trevor's out of here. Trevor didn't like Fluffy too much. Hi, Fluffy. Can I touch him?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, this is just incredible. I feel like a Bond girl right now. This is amazing. Can I kiss him?
Yeah, sure.
He didn't want to kiss me. I just got batched from Fluffy. Oh, this is amazing. How heavy is he? I mean, is it quite a weight?
This is quite a chunky weight.
He's around 20 kilograms or so. He's still a youngster. He'll get much bigger. His mother weighs 85 kilos, so you can imagine the...
No ways.
Oh.
How much bigger is she?
Now, I've got an idea. I think he looks way too jumpy. I think he's going to help us with this one.
What is going on here?
It's just having a look around, working out what's for lunch and stuff like that.
There's nothing for lunch in my hair. This is incredible. Trevor, are you sure you do not want to be part of this? Because this is actually a blessing.
Oh, my God.
Yes! Khaya, you're taking him. Oh.
You're making me panic.
No. Come, you're going to hold him. What
am I doing? What am I doing?
Oh, put your head through there.
God, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Oh, your mother is going to be so proud of you now.
No. Whoa! Wait! Oh!
Okay, whoa!
Okay, all right. Okay, let's relax now. Let's take it easy.
Okay.
Oh my God. This thing is strong.
The big problem with these snakes is you see how big he actually is, but you can buy them in just about all over the country in pet shops at that size, and people think it's cute, they buy it, but they don't realize how big they're actually going to get.
Can I do that? Nicki Minaj, like my anaconda. My anaconda.
Well, now that we are literally tied together and snaking around, we're going to be back right after the break.
Oh, my God.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express on SABC3. Now, most baby products are exclusively designed for moms, but dads also need a little bit of help. And Betty, owner of Petit Love, is here to show us some great products for our doting dads. Welcome, Betty.
Hi, Betty. Firstly, I love that you brought these little bunnies because I have 9 godchildren. And when I first saw this in the shop, I thought, this is the most useless toy. But it's not actually a toy,
no.
is it? All the kids love them.
Yeah, this is actually called a snuggle bunny. It's a soother. And it's got a dual function. It's obviously to soothe the baby, and the way that it does that, it takes on the smell of the baby's environment. So whether it is that in the beginning the snuggle bunny is with mom and then takes on the smell of mom or of the room or whatever it is that baby's comfortable in, and then dad can leave the premises or go with baby and just essentially leave the bunny with the baby, and then the baby's calm. The other is that it's got these silk ears, which initially I was also like, oh, I don't really like this texture or whatever, but a baby's, one of their first perceptions is tactile, and the silk ears are for that. So when the child starts developing, that's quite an important function. You get various versions. I mean, a bunny's not the only one. You get little taglets with the different silk ears on the end, things like that. Essentially, they all have the same function. But we find the ones with a bit of personality, because it's still a bunny, it's not just a little, you know, little piece of fabric, is quite popular.
Cute. And then babies generally grow with it through to toddlerhood, and they like it around
even
just
older,
before bedtime.
Yes, even older. Go from baby bunny to...
Especially with that silk.
And even from a dad's perspective, these are quite easy to just put in the, you get a little organza bag, you pop it in the washing machine, you wash. The dads are normally a little bit like, let's go and play rugby or whatever, even if it's, you know, a toddler or whatever. So these things don't stay clean, but it's quite easy to clean, so it's easy for dad as well.
Betty, what does the grow clock do?
This has got a dual function. It's obviously a clock, so it tells you the time, but essentially it's to put baby into a sleep routine. It helps the dad or the mom or the other parent, because you can actually set the time on this, and then it can show you when it's night and when it's day. So currently you can see it's a blue and it's a star. And if it goes to a yellow color, then it's the sun, and that means baby should be awake. So
I'm giggling because I know a lot of moms watching this are thinking, oh, I didn't know sleep training a baby was that easy.
No, I think it's essentially, it's just to get the baby into your routine, because that is what gets baby to be sleep trained, is to know, of course, this is how long I sleep and this is when I sleep. Yeah, no, I don't think it's an easy job, but I mean, anything to help. So, yeah, that's essentially what the clock's used for. And why I say it's also focused on dads is because mom can set the time and say, this is when you should be active with baby, and this is when you should be calm and baby should be sleeping. So it just essentially puts dad at ease that he's still following the same routine, and he's got a little gadget, which they all love, to help them along.
Yeah.
And of course, here we have Tsepo, who's got some more accessories for us. And my, oh my, do you rock these accessories. This is when we all go, ah.
I'm officially ready to be a dad now.
Yeah, fatherhood becomes you, Tsepo.
We're going to have to find you a wife first.
Yes, you do.
Remember, Facebook us, tweet us, go visit our website, and let us know what you think of our hunks.
And you've seen him with his top off already.
Now, those accessories really do suit you. What is Tsepo wearing?
So I think essentially, if you just look at it from a colorway perspective, it's quite neutral, but it's got a masculine touch to it. So I think a lot of men are more inclined to go for these things. And even coming into the store, men go for gadgets. So the travel system and the carrier are the first things they go for.
And they hate those floral bags because they don't want to carry the baby bag all the time.
So this is quite a neutral bag.
No.
And it's just a little bit bigger than a laptop bag, but it's got all the functionalities on the inside, so you don't need to go for an extremely floral or feminine.
But it must look stylish. I agree with that. I mean, not that I have children, but I think one day, should I have, I would want, you know, fancy gear.
And it also stays very clean. The fabric is also made, it's obviously hard wearing, so you know, it can go, bottles can mess and whatever, and it's quite hard wearing. And then from the carrier perspective, the nice thing is that it's height adjustable for tall and short people, because often you find a carrier is just designed for a mom, where this carrier actually has different clips. Tsepo can just show you. So he's actually taking up the hood for the baby. It's got a head, and obviously based on where the position is, you need to support the head. So if it's mom, it will be lower down, and if it's dad, it will be higher.
You are a natural.
Yeah, look at how he's cradling that little...
Okay, then the stalker looks like quite an amazing ergometric design.
I think initially a lot of people are quite intimidated because it's quite a modern-looking pram. So everybody's like, oh, the stroller looks, you know, intimidating. But what's also nice about this, it's not only ergonomically designed, but it's also ergonomically designed for an adult. So the handles are adjustable in 2 places to heighten for the father and also to come up. The very nice thing is if the handle, I don't know, if you can see here.
I must say, it looks so chic.
Yeah. When the handle's in this position, you can put an iPad over it and you can have the baby. If it's a baby, normally they would just play like sleep music or whatever it is. But the dads are quite technologically inclined, so that's quite a nice feature for them.
They'll watch rugby with baby.
And I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I was on the promenade and saw a dad jogging with his baby in one of these. So these tyres must be quite hardy as well.
It's rubberized tyres and they're solid, so they're not filled. Often you'd find ones that you need to pump or you need to put permit tubes in to be able to do that, so you don't need that for this. This is not a jogger. It's a regular stroller. However, it is all-terrain, so you can go everywhere. We don't recommend that you jog because it's quite high impact.
Right. So,
but you do get the same stroller with just a different chassis.
It's reasonably shock absorbent.
Yes. Okay. No, 100%. It's a very smooth ride. I mean, you can really compare it in the market and you'll see it's one of the smoothest strollers that are out there. I think the biggest thing is once Tsepo takes off the hood.
Is that detachable?
Yes, everything is detachable. They call it a 5-point mechanism because there's just 5 mechanisms that you do to entirely break the thing down. But this can take a golf bag.
Wow. Oh, it absolutely can. You see, now it's relevant for my life.
And then I think another nifty little thing that it's got is it goes down quite easily on an escalator. So if you just set it down, you take it down. It's actually based so that it fits on one step of an escalator, so you don't have to worry.
And that was fairly easy.
What a smart design. Well, thank you so much, Betty, for chatting to us. I think I'm officially broody. But now, if you don't mind, Clem, that smell keeps on wafting in here. How are those delicious fondants doing? I'm salivating.
It's ready and coming out the oven. Peter, you on that?
Oh, it better be good.
Smells divine.
Petit, sweetie, you do make a great kitchen hand.
That's good. Looks good. So let's get them onto our serving plate. Let's swap cloths.
And at this point, are you nervous? Because what happens if it's not nice and gooey?
I wasn't going to say anything, but thank you, Jeannie. Thanks so much.
Because, you know, Kaya's going to judge you hard.
Oh, yeah.
If it's not amazing inside.
The pressure is on then, definitely. Let's get this out the way.
And I'm hoping it'll be as delicious as our resident vet. I mean, did I say that?
Pressure. Okay.
We could just eat it out of the bowl.
No. Let's do it right. Let's get it on the plate. So. Yes. Khaya, will you do the honors?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's check it out. Khaya, just right through the middle.
Right through the middle, like...
We got to get some ooze.
Oh, like that.
Oh. Yes.
Beautiful. Oh, we've got the goo.
That's it.
And that is how you make a fondant.
That's exactly how you do it. Thank you so much. That's it. I'm so happy.
And I really hope this isn't going to be like one of those TV moments that when you eat it, it's going to be like... Tastes good?
It is. It's just really hot right now, but I swear it tastes good.
Well, today certainly has been a very eventful day. I mean, Trevor Gumbi has fled the building. If you happen to see a big black man running down the road, it's just because he let big things intimidate him. And of course, you were such a sport. Was that your first encounter with a really big snake?
Well, I don't know how to answer that.
No, it's a yes or no question.
It's a simple question.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I plead the fifth.
And of course, thank you to all our guests. Sim, Daniel, Khaya, Clem, and Peter. We've had an awesome time.
Amazing.
Loved it.
Remember to join the conversation on our Twitter, which is @AfternoonChat, #AfternoonExpress. Also, let us know your thoughts on the show at our website, which is afternoonexpress.co.za. And we have a sensational Instagram page as well, Afternoon Express. It has been wonderful hanging out with you all. Have a wonderful evening. Happy eating.
Toodles.
It's now our time to do this.
Tomorrow on Afternoon Express, we speak to Afrikaans rap legend Jack Parow, the cast and director of the Broadway musical Cabaret. Join us for a chat and showcase some of the show's unique designs. We're also joined by renowned choreographer Didi Moses, who gives us some professional dance tips. And in our kitchen, it's all about winter puddings.
Another feel-good production.
Join us next time for more fabulous fun inspired by First for Women on Afternoon Express. For an insurance quote, call 0861 11 18 44 or SMS FIRST to 49267.